Welcome back to the Hillbilly RV channel. It is a bright, sunny, warm spring day here in southern West Virginia. Beautiful day. Cameron and I are going to change a skylight on this gentleman's camper here. He kind of stepped through it when he was putting the cover on last fall, and or maybe taking the cover off this spring. I'm not sure which, but yeah, you can't step on them skylights. So we're going to show you just switching that thing out today. It should be a pretty quick job, and so we're going to go ahead and get started. So let's go up on the roof. Oh, I want to mention too that I just want to say that you know, if you're new to my channel, hey, welcome. I hope you enjoy my videos. I hope you enjoy our videos, and please, you know, just leave us a comment. We love constructive criticism, and we're going to go ahead and get started on this. So y'all hang on. All right, so here's our skylight. Gentleman taped a plastic bag over it, which is actually a very good way to seal one of these things off if you break it. And you know, it's going to take you a little while to get a new one or get somebody to do it. So this works very well. It's just a trash bag, duct tape to that roof. The duct tape, as long as the roof's dry, it actually sticks pretty good. So let's get all this off and see what kind of screws we got underneath the sealer. We'll just throw this at Cameron. Got him. Now, let's see here. Let's dig a screw out here, see what we got. Need a 1/4-inch socket. So they're a 1/4-inch hex head, and we're just gonna dig them out with a screwdriver like that right there, so we can get a socket on. So just dig them out like this. We'll get all the screws out, and then we'll be back. All right, so we got all the screws out, and now we're just going to take the skylight off. We're just going to get our screwdriver underneath the edge of it, pick it up like so. You want to hold this roof down so you don't pull the roof up too awful much. And just work it old skylight off. Man, this thing ain't even very brittle. Look at that. Bent that thing all over the place and it never even cracked anymore. I'm just gonna throw it. It didn't even break. All right, now we got the old skylight off. Just need to go around with a scraper. Be very careful on this rubber and try and get most of this sealer off. Sometimes you can kind of get it started. Sometimes it'll just peel right off. It's a nice hot day today. So yeah, it's going to do pretty good. I mean, I've seen better, but I've seen worse. So it's going to go all the way around and get all this old sealer off, or most of it anyway. You don't have to get it all, but you really need to get the biggest part out. we're just going to do that all the way around. All right. I'm still working on getting this sealer off, and Cameron is going to start putting the putty tape on this Skylight. Like I said, Cameron's going to start putting the putty tape on the Skylight. I think Mr. Cameron's about half asleep today. All you do is just put that putty tape over the holes where the screws are going to go. Just like such.
Do you want me to try and curve it around?
Hmm?
Do you want me to try and curve it around?
No, no, no. So when he gets to the corner, he's just going to tear it off and pull the paper back just an inch or so, and then he's going to go around that other side. Once you get it the right length, you just kind of press it down so it'll stick. Just like such. And then he's going to go down that other side. Overlap about a half, there you go. It's just going to overlap that just a little bit on those corners, and he's just going to carry on doing that on the other two sides. So yeah, we'll be back with you in just a little bit. All right, Cameron's finishing up putting the putty tape on the new Skylight. I'm going to clean this roof a little bit around here. With a nice clean rag and some cleaner. So there's the finished product. It's all putty tape, and we're just going to pull the paper off. I'm sorry if y'all can't see what I want you to see today, because it's so bright out here I cannot see the viewfinder on this camera. It is really a bright day. So now I'm gonna hand this camera to Cameron, the cameraman. Good luck seeing the viewfinder. So I'm just gonna place the Skylight centered over our hole. It should pretty much go right back where the old one went. And it does. And I'm gonna put a whole bunch of screws in it. One of the most important things when you're installing a Skylight is to not over torque these screws, because you can crack this Skylight. So I mean, you stop a little bit short on these. You don't, they're just snug. That's really about it. Because if you tighten them up too tight, you'll crack that Skylight. Maybe not on a day like today, because it is a really nice warm day here, but it may crack later if you over torque these screws. So a lot of leaky Skylights we see is because they're cracked. And it'll start at a screw and travel up onto the Skylight. So take it easy on them. Trying really not to even hardly deform the Skylight at all. Just snug them. Okay, I'm just going to continue putting screws in, and when we get to the next step, we'll come back and say howdy. Now, sometimes you'll have a little bit of putty tape or butyl, if you're using butyl, sticking out the side. You want to try and get that off, and you can very, very carefully use a knife. But if you just got the screwdriver up here, just take and get that excess putty tape off before you put your sealer on. You can do that. You can do that without damaging a thing. Of course, you could go all grill on it, mess up the roof too. So, as a lot of things in life, use your head. do it smart. Don't go all grill on that stuff all the time. There's a time to go all grill and there's time to go butterfly.
I got a quick question.
Go ahead.
So besides it making it look neat, is there another reason for trimming the putty tape off?
Yes, there is. Because if you have too much putty tape around the edges, it will actually, when it gets hot and cold and expands and contracts, it will actually work its way up through your sealer and it will cause a leak. Or at least it makes a really ugly place in your sealer. And it sure can't, I mean, it looks like it would be a leak, so anything that looks like it might be a leak, call it a leak. Try and keep it from happening. All right, the skylights I buy are SR Specialty Recreation. They're RV skylights. They always come with a tube of sealer. I wished a lot of times, of course this is a pretty small one, but still, I wish a lot of times to come with 2 tubes of sealer. Because it seems like you always got to use this stuff very sparingly to make it last all the way around the skylight. But it should flow really good today. This might be the warmest day we've had this year. It's got to be in the high 70s down here. We're down here on the river. You can't hardly see it. Camera can pan around over there. That's the Greenbrier River here in southern West Virginia. That's that river where that camper got flooded, because the Greenbrier River floods pretty often. As far as I know, there is no dams on the Greenbrier River, so there's no flood control in the Greenbrier River. As far as I know, I could be wrong. All right, so we're just going to start putting our sealer on. Get it up over the screws, go down the side, next screw, and this is a self-leveling sealer, but I always take an old putty knife and just kind of make sure there's no voids or air pockets in my sealer. I've always done this, and every now and then I will find a big void or an air pocket when I'm doing this. I'm not trying to smooth it out. It will self-level, but I just want to make sure that it bonds on both sides, the roof and whatever I'm putting on the roof. In this case, it's a skylight. And then it'll finish flowing, self-level. We're just going to do that all the way around. Just like that. See? Easy peasy. Most important thing about this job is just preparation though. It's getting most of that old sealer off the roof and you know, cleaning the roof, getting it prepped for the new skylight and the sealer. All right, well, we're gonna call that one done. We're just gonna finish this up. Hey, as always, thanks for watching. We really appreciate it. And me and Cameron, we're gonna go right over on the other side of the campground and work on another one. And y'all have a fantastic day.